CBT Naruto.
EA Sports and the R&A are proud to present second round coverage of the Open Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports at the Open Championship, and we are at the home of golf, the old course at St. Andrews. And Frank, you know the old course is old when the new course here in St. Andrews is a century old.
But the old course is just a treat to play, or even play an Open Championship on that. The holes have changed in the way in which they're played over the years. For example, some of the short par fours are very drivable by today's great players, but the pot bunkers, how penal they are should you stray offline, they have to be avoided. And of course there's all the little landmarks, whether it be the Old Course Hotel or even the famous Swilcan Bridge as you traverse the 18th hole. There's something at St. Andrews for everybody.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
He just blasted that one down the fairway, out there about 325 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. And getting ready for the putt. Workmanlike hole, he walks away with a par. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with a prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but the left is always the safe side of the golf course. It's the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second.
Second shot, good look at the green. This is a good-looking shot. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching two tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
On the tee box here at the third now, Frank, all these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured into kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the Old Course?
Well, you can. This hole, the third hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the third and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
This for another birdie on this hole on the week. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. At the fourth hole now, and Frank, this one looks as though it might require a little bit of club selection off the tee. What are we looking at, partner?
Well, there is two ways to play the fourth off the tee. You can hit it down the right side, but it really starts to narrow up and it's slightly shorter. Most players go towards the middle of the golf course and try and get it on that plateau. But this, certainly the first hard hole you see at St Andrews. Rich, I remember when I first played the Old Course, it was the Dunhill Cup. It was a team event. It was 3 players from each country around the world. And my teammates were Stuart Ginn and Bob Charles, who'd won the Open Championship. And I remember pestering Bob Charles all the way around the golf course, the Old Course. Where do I aim? Do I get away from a bunker? And at the time, I thought he was a bit of a curmudgeon, really, because the only thing he told me was not to hit it inside the TV tower on 17. And then I realized he gave me the greatest golf lesson I ever had, because he was telling me to play the golf course the way I felt I should. A lesson well learned. Play your own game.
Play with your instincts, especially at a place like the Old Course at St Andrews, where you don't necessarily play by the book. I don't know that there is a book to get you around St Andrews, except the best book of all, and that's the one of experience. Good tee shot, right in the fairway, and plenty long. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Drops for a par. Par 5s, this is where players look to make the move in a major championship. How does this fifth hole par 5 measure up, Frank?
Well, if you can avoid the bunkers, they're actually left and right, but especially that little group of 3 bunkers, then it sets up well. It'll be a blind second shot, but you try and guide your second shot between the 2 bunkers on the hill in front of you, which are called the spectacles. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicklaus over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn. plenty of power and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Locked in on the read and the speed. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot.
That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Stumbled out of the gates, but now on solid footing, getting ready for this approach shot. Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Over the ball here at the 7th. And Frank, if you had to script a game plan here, what would it look like?
You could drive this pretty close to the green. This is a green that's shared with the 11th, the par 3. And so you won't see that tee shot finish, but you can actually drive very, very close to a bunker called the shell, which is the one that protects the par 3 11th.
What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
Shouldn't be a problem here.
Good read, good line, well played.
Frank, now at the par 3 8th, and how challenging is this hole?
Well, it's called short on the scorecard, but massive green. The problem here is trying to hit it close. A lot of little subtle breaks and undulations in this green, and often you see long, long birdie putts here.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. Trying to make yet another birdie. Good job right there. Now making a move and setting himself up for, who knows, a good weekend run, maybe at another title. The former college standout has been excellent today. Great swing, good rhythm and tempo. It is always easier to play it from the short grass, and that is where he has been all day. Just laser-like off the tee. Hasn't missed a fairway. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, this has been impressive. Game plan, stuck to it, hitting some quality shots.
He's really done his homework on the golf course, swinging well, and there's a few holes to go too. And this round could get even better.
Had a birdie here yesterday in there close. Great opportunity for another one. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Oh, I thought he had that. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Nudge this one home, finish it up. That is a solid par putt. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second nine.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so... Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
That is a heat-seeking miss.
Golf ball? Shout the Human Torch to be here. Tested for Marvel, and also my Gabriel Larson has kept them over. Flames on too. The power of the cosmos.
Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Getting set now over the putt. Maybe lifted right there, just sort of peaked. Just a couple of feet. That's how you keep a round going. Make them from that distance. Hole number 11, the Eden, is really the finest medium-length one-shotter in all of golf, isn't it, Frank?
Well, this hole's been copied by many an architect for the reasons why it's normally very, very difficult to make a hole of this length, or should I say this short, so difficult. But they've managed to do that here at Eden with that Strath bunker in the front and the severe sloping on either side of that bunker.
That can really be brutal, can it?
It certainly does. And if you have any doubt there, you'll come unstuck at 11.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. He's made it. Frank, how do you like the 12th hole here at St. Andrews?
Well, it's a beautiful par 4. You start to see the village of St. Andrews in the background, Eden Estuary to the right. And also decision time. If you're long enough, it's certainly worth having a crack at this par 4 with your tee shot. But if you're not a long hitter, then you've really got to worry about those 4 beautifully and well strategic positioned bunkers in the middle of the fairway.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Second shot coming out of the rough here. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That was not a very good read right there. Frank, a par here, that's just fine. Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The two bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly. There's always the advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Birdie try again here today. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Good effort and good par putt. Frank, the 14th is a big par 5, chance to make a big move, but also possibility of making a big number if you're not careful.
Yeah, you've got to be very aware of the out of bounds on the right side, even though it does move to the right. Ideal tee shot is down the right side that gets very close to that, because then that opens up the second shot and keeps that tee shot away from that crop of bunkers called the birdies. There's a big cross bunker up ahead that has to be avoided for the second shot. If you're long enough, you can reach this par 5 and 2, but this green with so many undulations that it is anything other than flat.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. This would be a bonus from 25 feet away. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Par yesterday, now for birdie. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Time to tee it up here at the 15th as we begin the closing stretch here at the Open Championship of the Old Course at St. Andrews.
There's a big steeple in the distance, so even when it starts to fog in a bit, if you can keep your eye on that, that's a good line off the tee. And you've got to keep it, your tee shot just short of this sort of heather Good crop of heather down the left side. It still leaves you a lengthy second shot, but really that's the safest way to try and play this par 4, 15th. Very good par 4.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Not his best stuff right there. Has this to save par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. All right, Frank, another par 4. It's the 16th. Players trying to make their way to the house, standing up in one piece. What's the best way to get at this hole?
Well, the normal player would actually try and hit the ball down the left. I've seen the odd player try and hit it down that out of bounds line and sort of flash it down the right side, but really there's not much of an advantage, Rich, unless you're the longest hitter in the business. So a little short and a little left of the principal's nose is a nice setup for the second shot here at 16.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Had a birdie here yesterday in there close. Great opportunity for another one. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday and trying for another one today. Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. The famous 17th at the Open Championship, Frank. You begin to see the scoreboards, the grandstands, and you know all eyes are on you for the next couple of holes.
Yeah, this is one hole I think that anybody who goes to the Old Course certainly wants to play. Blind tee shot. You've got to flash it across the outer and somehow find the fairway. If you go too safe down the left side,
and also my girl Larson's got the marble.
Good tee shot.
Flames on also.
Gives you a chance
to hit
the
Cosmos.
Beautiful green that's angled to the left, well protected by the road hole bunker. And if you're a little ambitious and a little strong, then there's a road itself and out of bounds beyond this green.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but...
And getting ready for the putt. And he makes it for par. Frank, is there a more famous landmark in the sport than the tiny Swoken Bridge?
I think when you think of this game, the way in which we've followed it and covered it, Rich, over the last decade.
Come on now.
It's just symbolic, not just
ball.
with this golf.
Shot the Human Torch and also. And my girl Larson's got the marble. She flames on also. The power of the Cosmos.
And walk across that bridge.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Pretty good shot right there, about 10 feet away, setting up the putt for birdie. This is an 11-foot putt. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
Got 24. My score is 24. Like Kobe Bryant, second number he won the NBA. Shout out to Kobe Bryant. He's amazing. Alright, CBT Naruto. Over and out. And also today is February 21st, 2020. Shout out to my girl Kefla being added on Dragon Ball FighterZ in 1 week, just 7 days now. Let's do the countdown, 7 days away. And it's exciting. It's going to be amazing. It's sounding pretty fresh, and I'm excited for it. It's going to be perfect. She's going to be perfect. She is perfect, and I'm perfect too. And it's going to be so much fun fighting with her. And my favorite character in the Dragon Ball universe, Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, is Goten, and he has Gotenks with the fusion dance, and Kefla has the fusion earrings, and it's gonna be perfect fighting with both of them. So I'm excited, like I said. And I want to acknowledge that. And also, this month is my birthday month, February 2020. And my birthday was 17 days ago. 1 week and 3 days ago, on February 4th, 2020. Which was her birthday than me. And I turned for 22 years of age, 23 years of age. And it's perfect. Also. And I'm perfect also. So, shout out to that. And I want to acknowledge that. And also, Kefla was announced on February 9th, 2020 that she's going to be added on Dragon Ball FighterZ. That she's going to be added on to Dragon Ball FighterZ on February 28th, 2020. With the 3rd season Fighter Pass, I think it's called. So yes, it's going to be exciting, like I said. So yes, with all that being said, I just want to say acknowledge all that. And CBT Naruto. Oh yes, it's February 21st, 2020. I think I said that already. Alright. I just want to say acknowledge all that. And CBT Naruto. Over and out.